Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Deleted Scenes, human being, American, and YouTube Ronin, and I'd like to welcome you to tonight's episode of Live from Sparkwood in 21, the conclusion of Queen of Hearts. Like to say hello to everyone currently joining us on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. My fellow co-hosts are backstage right now, so I'm going to bring them on. The super fans who have joined me on this odyssey through the Twin Peaks television series and all the multimedia surrounding it. Last call, Troy Pacelli.
Greetings.
Matters Network.
Good evening.
And Flappy Apologist, Aged Boomer.
Yes.
I did want to say, we pick on Flappy on this channel, but when Mr. Hooper died on Sesame Street, he cried for like an hour. It really hit him hard.
Well, that just means he had a heart. I mean, I don't think there's anyone who knew Mr. Hooper that didn't cry.
Yeah, exactly. He was a fan of Big Bird. That's why he tuned in, and then he found out that happened. And
right.
Big Bird,
Mr. Hooper was a good friend to Big Bird.
Yes,
yeah.
So he was a friend to birds. Let's be honest. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
True.
All right. I do want to take this time out to say hello to everyone joining us in the chat. Host of Films with Friends, the creator of the 10-word review, Big Al presents his review of the Jason Statham action film, A Working Man, is now up on his channel. Please check that out. Let him know that we sent you. And folks, this is a real honor here.
I know, right?
Next week, the director of tonight's film, Cameron Cloutier, is in the chat with us tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you again for doing this. It's been extremely cool hearing all your thoughts. Hope you enjoy the last part. Indeed.
I was sharing with the panel back in the green room the note that Cameron had sent me in DM. And I was like, dude, I had no idea you were lurking. Now, like, I'm all nervous and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's he going to think about what we're saying?
They're going to think we're all geeks.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is that. And, clearly he's expressing, appreciation at the fanitude here. But it's like, oh my gosh, the creator of this really awesome film is listening to us, So,
anyway. All right. Also joining us tonight in the chat, Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her channel, Fluff Chick Productions, Connie Cleary. Channel member JPRPH1. Yeah, she would have loved Flappy too. Indeed. Let's see who else is with us. Give me a moment to scroll down. I did see the Timey Wimey Limey is with us.
Yes.
I love saying that name.
Indeed.
Right? The Timey Wimey Limey.
And of course, justice for Flappy. Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And thank you, Ruby Hoove, for the membership over on Troy's side.
Thank you so much.
Who is the lucky winner?
That went to, I got to go back because
I got it.
And I just said thank you. The Old Man Cometh. So welcome to channel membership. The Old Man Cometh.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Sweetheart, you can't have a membership to your own channel.
You smart ass.
All right. And Ruby Hoove is in the chat with us. So hello. All right. Moving on, of course. Geek Flag with Nate Knows, 1973. Flappy used to go to school with Big Bird until he dropped out.
Oh,
That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, it
Well,
doesn't
they leave the
surprise me.
nest, you know. No worries, Kim. Of course. I'm actually having dinner myself while we're watching, so it's okay. This is the dinner show. The dinner
Fair
show,
enough.
ladies and gentlemen. All righty. And
Are you eating a cup of noodles? That's what Big Ed was eating.
something like that, yeah. Along those lines, yeah. And reminder, I am planning on raising money to make a continuation to Queen of Hearts. So soon save somebody's. Yes, folks.
Absolutely.
This is
We will
exactly
talk
what I've been
about
talking
that
about.
definitely next week. Yeah.
Yeah, supporting independent films such as this, because this is where it's at.
So one
All right.
important point that I wanted to share related to that if I'm wrong about something, I'm wrong. I gotta say it. I thought I misunderstood, and I thought that Cameron had the assistance of Josh Eisenstadt when he worked on this piece. That was not the case. They did not meet until after this fan film came out. Josh saw it and reached out to him. And so I said to Cameron, I'm like, man, you did this level of Twin Peaks geekiness without Josh. You've got to be like King God mode Twin Peaks geekiness yourself. I was pretty amazed by that. So all I can say, folks, is if you're enjoying this, we need to do whatever we can to support him on his next project, because it's just going to be better. It's just going to be better. But let's get through this one first.
Indeed.
Again, you guys, this is not like the other watch parties. If you almost certainly will not have your own copy of this, but it is available to you on YouTube. So even if you are not here watching it live with us now, you can still, go ahead and watch it on your own. You can queue it up with our commentary if you so choose. That's made easier by the fact that pinned to the top of everybody's chat here is the exact timestamp we will be starting at. It is almost exactly a 4-hour presentation, and we are breaking it up into 1-hour segments. And this is the last fourth hour. No, the last hour. The fourth hour is what I meant to say.
Part 4 of the 4-hour series.
Exactly. We're actually starting from 2 hours, 57 minutes, and 56 seconds. So almost exactly the 3-hour mark. But maybe because I just wanted to freeze frame on the blonde. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seemed like
He has a type.
I do have a type. But I did, as long as we're talking about this particular scene, again, this is one of those things I'm going to want to talk to Cameron about next week, because maybe I am misremembering. Maybe the mood is so good. The mise en scene is so spot on that I'm overlooking details. But I swear to you, things like the bedspread, the nightgown she's wearing, definitely the style of her hair. I just feel like everything I'm seeing in the room is so spot on with the room we saw. Well, definitely in Fire Walk with Me, not maybe so much the room in the series. There were differences. But then again, maybe, like I said, maybe I'm misremembering Fire Walk with Me. But yeah, a lot of the details are absolutely spot on. Excuse me. So we can start anytime.
All right. All right, I will count this down. Remember, we should be at 2:57:55, and hold on. Cameron in the chat. If we got something different, it was still close enough to the eye that it wouldn't matter. Well, I got to tell you, Cameron. Period. Point blank. It was like straight out of Fire Walk with Me.
I was saying I almost want
I
to
didn't
do
see
like
any difference.
I almost want to do one of those. I've seen them do this like with different versions of Star Wars, like where they have like 4 different mini screens of the same scenes so that you could do the comparison. I almost want to do a side by side of comparable scenes from Queen of Hearts and Fire Walk with Me and whatnot, so that you can actually do a real time comparison. That might actually be kind of fun, but that would be an editing job for me. I'd have to think through, but how cool would that be? But yeah, he's absolutely right. Close enough to the eye that it wouldn't matter. I mean, you get the benefit of it's been, I don't know, months since I saw Fire Walk with Me last, but it seems pretty close. My only thing I would do different was shoot with more light and then dim it in post. But I shot it with the actual lighting that would be in the room, so that brought up the grain level a bit. But we're dealing with electricity, so yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, I remember talking with Tom Conkle about lighting, because look, when I'm talking with you folks that know film, and lighting and camera work and stuff so much better than I do. All I know is what looks good when I watch a movie, right? But I was kind of complaining how modern films don't seem to know how to light anything. It's like there's no lights. You're filming with candles or something. I don't know. And I pointed out how you watch old films, especially black and white films. You can tell it's nighttime, but it's still bright enough to be able to see. And he was sharing that on most of those classic films, they usually either like he said, dimmed it in post, or they use like blue filters and stuff like that to have it be as bright as necessary that you can see, but you can still know that it's taking place at night. You got to love the material and work within that realm. Yeah, exactly. And the other thing too is, on a fan film, you always wonder, wait, is that accurate, or was that a limitation of budget? And then you're like, well, no, because when you have details like the exact right mini recorder, and things like that. And there were even times, I mean, let's face it, the kid that's playing Dale Cooper, you put them next to each other, they don't look that much alike. But he's got some of the mannerisms so right. And it's so well directed, in my opinion, that, and I was saying this last week, you kind of forget, that it's not the same actor. You see him as the character. Maria, welcome. Good to see you. She just put up a new closing for her channel. Definitely worth checking out.
And she used a good picture of me.
She has a picture of herself, and a lot of people that are in people. I also mean her cat, but it's a good looking cast of people that are working with her.
Oh, nice.
She has 2 for kitties
Mm-hmm.
that are in the closing, and they're both adorable. And I want to
Not to
steal
mention
them
Taco
both.
Kitty.
Yes, and I want to steal them both.
Cooper being younger helped. Also, his hairstyle is molded on Jeffrey and Blue Velvet. You know what?
Yeah.
I did get some, and I didn't catch that specific detail, but I knew there was something that was saying Blue Velvet to me. So yeah, I definitely did get that. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay.
All
Whenever you're
right.
ready.
Well, all right. Remember, folks, we are starting at 2 hours, 57 minutes, 55 seconds. I will count us down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I guess I should take it off mute. You did catch who was playing Gordon Cole, right?
He did look really familiar.
It was Cameron.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
That makes sense. Like something out of a Norman Rockwell painting, right? No, maybe not.
And hello to my partner in crime, the toxic gunslinger himself, the man who cannot be killed, Outlaw Bill.
Mm.
We are at 3 hours, 1 minute, and 10 seconds.
And
Link is at the top of the chat.
unless I'm mistaken, I believe that piece was by Debussy.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
Cameron says, I wasn't going to play the role, but I got talked into it since I can do the voice, and it made sense to have the director do it.
Yes.
Exactly. I
Right,
that's
right.
just too perfect. I can't imagine there was ever a question. Never rubbing on the man's rhubarb.
Man's rhubarb.
I still don't know what that quite means. Maybe I was thinking more Thomas Kincaid painting. I don't know. So he's still Caesar.
Mm-hmm.
I want a soundtrack album.
Hmm.
I know, right?
Diane, smack him in the back of the head for me, please.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. He needs a Gibbs slap.
Yep. Notice that the music is David Bowie, Chris Isaak, other Blue Rose team members.
Oh yeah, yeah, we caught that.
R.I.P. Chet Desmond.
Yeah.
FKHC
And Hale.
2005, sometimes known as Tim. Current timestamp is 3 hours, 4 minutes, 41 seconds. She's alive.
If you're going to San Francisco. Sorry.
Tech support.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
You don't want that.
Yeah, it's not smart.
Wow.
That's not something you want, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Big Ed.
Of course.
She's still on the
That
first
really
question.
that really contextualizes it a lot more than the description of that in the book.
All right, take care, Tim. See you there.
Yep. So we've heard.
Mm.
Thanks, Tim.
Hmm. It's kind of. I'm just picking this up. We might have mentioned this before how Evil Cooper said, "How's Annie?" He kept repeating that, and she said, completely repeats, "I'm fine." Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Every year at exactly the time that he would have said it. So when the doctor says maybe she's responding to an auditory hallucination, you get the impression that she's actually hearing that.
She has pretty hair.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mhm.
Oof. Ah, Elvis. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Mm.
She's fading.
Yes. It took me a little while to realize that.
I see a horse in the corner there.
Yeah, they focused on that for a moment earlier on. I caught that.
Coincidence?
No, absolutely not.
She escaped.
Yeah. Nice.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
your doppelganger killed me.
Brilliant.
Oh, if only.
Look at that, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Could be. I mean, black coffee is pretty straightforward.
Diner
Well,
at the edge of the universe here.
Wow, that's a lot.
Time Lord confirmed.
Mm.
Exactly.
Believe it or not, yes.
Yeah. Well, you will. You haven't yet.
Literally thinks back.
Yep.
Oh, look.
Okay, too far back.
Yeah, exactly.
He's eating a sandwich.
It's the butterfly effect, right?
My God, it just turned into Ratatouille.
Mm-hmm.
This Time Traveler's Wife sequel is weird.
Well, you know who this needs?
Hmm.
Rachel McAdams. No,
Oh.
just say
Yeah.
stay.
Yeah.
Moving on. No, I bet you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Renegade Time Lady, I'm telling you.
Well, okay.
Mm.
Friend zone. That's good.
Okay. All right. I'll kneecap him if need be.
Yeah, right. There you go. Be running up that road. Be running up that hill.
What about the 119 woman?
That's a whole other timeline.
And you don't know the half of it. No, just
Sweet.
go with it and remember Jason Bourne was here.
Hmm. Sh- Hmm. What? I bet it's a cherry pie. What do you think?
Would make sense. It's another example of someone who sounds exactly like the character they're playing.
Yeah.
Something's not right.
No, absolutely not.
Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Who the fuck are you?
Apparently Dale knows.
And okay, at least all right. Just we'll go with it. And apparently we're X-Men.
What?
I'm going to say Avengers Assemble, but either way. Wow.
Gives you a lot to think about, huh?
There you go.
Yes. Yes. Wow.
Who, as far as I'm concerned, can be in every movie.
Mm. Of course, this means that this time Wyndham Earl might still be alive, right?
I'm just like every other Twin Peaks thing that we've seen. I'm going to have to digest this. Wow. Good. We can put together a soundtrack album. Oh,
Look at this.
one of my favorite pieces of music. Mm. Olivia Newton-John and Electric Light Orchestra.
Mm.
Wow. Okay, that was just freaking amazing.
You like that song, huh?
Yes, I do. But I loved this whole presentation, really. That's just wow.
You got to think of your questions for next week.
I know. I've got so many. I've got so many. Oh boy. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know where to even begin. I really don't.
Well, you write them all down and then you put them in an order.
Yeah, no, we definitely got focused on the presentation there, Nate. Towards the end there, we were yeah. I don't think I've had any other film or anything that we've done that really just I mean, the fact that we're watching it for the first time kind of, you know, it's not like something I've seen 20 times and I've got comments to make about it and I know what's coming up and whatnot. It's like every time you turn a corner, boom, you'd get hit with something else and it's just my gosh. This is just freaking amazing.
Huh.
Yeah, I can't wait to get Cameron in here so that we can talk to him and do whatever we got to do to get him working on the next one because that's just amazing stuff.
Dissect his brain and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. You got any thoughts there, deleted scenes?
All right. Well, a lot to digest.
Right?
I definitely want to see where it goes from here because it's definitely open.
Yep.
This is what I was hoping season 3 would be.
Yeah.
That it would be. And again, folks, don't misunderstand me. This is not me denigrating season 3.
Yeah.
I was just expecting Annie to be a big part of season 3. This is what I was expecting to see as far as her character was concerned. And I went into it thinking that was going to be the focus. The ending that we see in this film is what I was expecting season 3 to end.
Oh.
As far as I'm concerned, this is canon.
I agree with you. Well, and here's the other thing. We've talked about this before, right? Well, maybe not so much in terms of Twin Peaks, but in terms of other things too, where we've always talked about, I've always been a strict canon kind of person, especially when it came to things like Star Trek and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And I always made the argument that, ultimately it's the fans that decide what canon is, not necessarily the IP holder, right? Because you may have the legal right to write a new story or retcon something or whatever, but what stands the test of time, right? When you think about the Greek myths, or I don't know, and any legends that are handed down through time, Arthurian legend, Sherlock Holmes, right? Whatever stories have been handed down over the generations, the ones that survive are the endearing ones, and the receptive audience is the one that's going to keep them alive, and I feel that now we've moved into a period with Twin Peaks where we don't have David around anymore, and he made it seem as though the, in quotes, canon of what Twin Peaks is less about what's on the DVD or what's on the big screen or what's on the little screen, so much as it is a little wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, right? It's a dream, right? And it's a dream that we're all sharing. So yeah, you got to follow the dream logic, and what's in your head absolutely is canon, because that's how dreams work. I mean, without getting too psychoanalytical, anybody who's ever tried to analyze a dream, hell, anyone who's ever tried to remember a dream and explain the next day what was in that dream, you're going to encounter something called confabulation. You don't remember it clearly, so you tend to fill in the blanks with what you think happened, and maybe you're actually making something up as you go. So your memory of that dream from the night before is the fan fiction of that dream. If that makes any sense. If any of this makes any sense to any,
Food for thought.
Yeah.
All right. Well, folks, let us know in the chat. What did you think now that we've reached the conclusion of Queen of Hearts?
And if not in the chat, then you know what? In the comments
In
later
the comments.
on.
Yeah.
When you've had time to digest it and come back or whatever. It's entirely possible you weren't here with us tonight. You're catching it on the rerun. That's fine too. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Troy's logic is not flawed. Well, I appreciate that. Gosh, applying logic to Twin Peaks may not be the best recipe, but there you go. The one thing that Hollywood seemed to have forgotten, that it is called entertainment because it's supposed to be entertaining and not money making. Bravo, Cameron. Absolutely. And part of that, and I think we said that about Twin Peaks before, right? It's not just a show like so many others. There have been a lot of shows that we've talked about, movies that we've rewatched, and it's like, man, I haven't seen this in years. I don't remember any of the details. Netter just asked me today about a TV show. How did it end? And I'm like, I don't remember. Yeah, I saw
which
the last. Oh, it was Cheers.
Oh, I could have told you.
Oh.
that.
It was Cheers, and she's like, "How did that end? Did he lose the bar or something like that?" And I'm like, I honestly, I
No.
don't remember.
He
Well-
kept the bar, and Kirstie Alley married Tom Berenger, and Norm went
That's
to
what
work
it was,
for
yeah.
Woody, and Cliff is still Cliff, and
Right.
that was pretty much it. Yeah.
And I said it, a TV show like that, you enjoy it. Maybe you forget it the next. You talk with your friends about it around the water cooler the next day. You move on. Well, we sure as heck did talk about Twin Peaks around the water cooler, and then we would talk about it a week later, and then we rewatched it over the years and talked about it again. That's the difference. That's the kind of entertainment you got from Twin Peaks. I said we've spent 30 years talking about it, analyzing it, thinking about what did this mean? What did that mean? What did it all mean? And hearing different people's opinions and maybe revising your own, maybe convincing them otherwise, maybe just not agreeing and just having a different idea about it in your head. That's the shared dream. There aren't a lot of things that do that. Star Wars did that for me. I watched Star Wars over and over and over again. After the summer it came out, I talked with my friends. We got our toys out. We played, made up our own stories, watched them over and over again, leading up to, Return of the Jedi. As I got older, we got the role-playing games, again, made up our own stories, read the comic books, then the expanded universe, all those books, right? What's happened to Star Wars now? Nobody's talking about it. The only thing they're talking about is, when are they getting rid of Kathleen Kennedy? Is Disney going to sell off Lucasfilm? Are they going to sell off Star Wars? Star Wars is a dead franchise. Nobody cares. You can argue that the sequel trilogy is canon because the rights owners created those movies and released them and they exist. The fans have left and they're not talking about it anymore. That's my argument for why Queen of Hearts is more canon to Twin Peaks than the Disney sequel trilogy is Star Wars. I'm done. That's all I got tonight.
No, well said.
I agree with Troy.
I felt so strongly about that, I had to stand up as I was giving that speech. I'm serious. I did.
Yeah. He was standing
You even
there
had a
drinking while he was
soapbox.
standing up.
I was kind of on a, yeah.
You had an
Mentally
actual
speaking, I was on a-
soapbox.
Yeah. Most filmmakers create from their imagination, but I think David Lynch creates to spark our imagination. Yeah, the two kind of have to go hand in hand. That's absolutely true. Preach it, brother, preach. I picture you on the other end going, amen, amen, hallelujah.
Glory be.
In an answer to that, I got to say that the best movies are the ones that make you want to go out and make your own movies.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what I'm talking
George-
about, folks. Be the competition.
Yeah, the fans
And-
are doing the best work.
And Hollywood better watch their ass because we're coming.
Absolutely true. Next week, we'll talk with the man himself. Cameron gave us this incredible 4-hour piece, and he's not done yet. We got to find out what he needs from us to get him going.
Cool.
All right. I think this is as good place as any to call it for tonight. We're going to go one time around the horn. Troy, you are not yet finished this evening. What do you have coming up?
I am not. So stay right where you are, and you will be auto-dramatically forwarded to my stream, Blake 7, the next episode. It is Voices of the Past. Just as last week, we got a lot of Avon lore and exposition that kind of went back into his history. We're going to do the same thing this week with Blake. A lot of catching you up on where we started, because there's going to be a lot of references to the first episode of the series. So this is a great jumping on point. If you haven't been watching Blake 7 with us, tonight would be a great night to do that. And then, well, we got other stuff coming up, but my next big thing is Friday. Agent Boomer and I, I say Agent Boomer because it was his idea, but Agent Boomer, Netter, and myself will be talking about Doctor Who again. It's part 2 of our discussion on Doctor Who, but we're going to focus on the Tom Baker era. For most people, that was their first Doctor. He definitely had one of the longest runs as the Doctor. And that's what we got going. And I'll let everyone else fill in the other blanks.
Cool.
All right. Netter.
Well, let's see. I'll be joining Troy right after this for an exciting episode of Blake 7. And let's see, my next thing will be Thursday. I'm pre-recording my guest Pops.
Yep.
And then we'll be doing what do you call it again?
Live premiere.
Live premiere. Let's see. Then Friday, I'll be co-hosting with Troy on his channel and trying to keep him from drinking too much because it's been a heck of a week.
It has.
We lost, for those of you who don't know, we lost our beloved 42-inch TV.
Yep.
With a fizzle and a pop.
She was 20 years old.
Sammy's
20.
dead.
Yeah.
Yes. My Samsung is dead. So, but we have a new one coming on the 10th. And it's bigger. And a hell of a lot more expensive.
Well,
like, yeah.
Yeah, well, in 20 years, you know.
It better last 20 years for the price I paid for it.
We'll see. We'll do our best.
See, then on Saturday, we'll be over on Big Al's channel, and we'll be watching...
Rankin and Bass's The Hobbit.
The Hobbit. I couldn't remember what it was. And that's it for me.
Yep.
Until next week.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. Boomer.
I'm going to be on with Troy on Friday, and we will be talking. And on Sunday, we'll have Geeky Geezers, where we're going to have some interesting news regarding, I guess, Billy Mitchell. Is that right?
Oh, you want to talk about that? Okay.
I don't know. I got to look into it first. You sent me the video. I have to watch it still.
I just sent it to you because I thought you'd be interested. I didn't know if you would consider that newsworthy or not.
Actually,
that one's been running for a long time. So
let's see what else is the big news. Well, there's going to be some major Nintendo announcements this week because the Switch 2 is going to have an official reveal tomorrow. We'll get the skinny on the release date, price, schematics. I'm sure everything will be revealed tomorrow. And what's going to release with it too, I'm sure too. So we'll see. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. That brings things on over to me. Of course, I'll be there in the chat with everybody for Blake 7 coming up here very shortly. I'm right after that. I'm likely going to head on over to Joe's Atmosphere's Tuesday night gamer stream. Kind of check in with the gang there and see how Joe and Martin and the gang are doing. Let's see. Thursday will be coming attractions, which is right after Thursday Things at 11:30, and then of course Sunday Western Cinema Presents, which will be at around 4 o'clock. Film to be determined. Let's see, Unscripted 8 p.m. and reserved seats at 12:05. Then, of course, next Monday is Mystery Move Night, which means Tuesday at 7 will be the review of whatever that film is. And then join us right back here. Same bat time, same bat channel, where Cameron is going to join us. And we're going to have our Q&A. So I'm really looking forward to that. When do I sleep? Occasionally.
Yeah.
No. What are you people doing in my room?
Yeah, exactly.
Power naps for 5 minutes a day.
Power naps. That's what Edison did. Come on.
Money. Piles of money. Mine. All mine. Oh, hey. Yeah. Okay. So I'm awake. I'm here. Hi.
Yeah.
All right. So you folks, you go out there, you get your transporter bracelet thingies, and you bring them over here, and you see what kind of trouble the Bike 7 gang will get themselves into this week.
Exactly. Right.
You know they're gonna. That show does not even need villains. They can just find trouble all by themselves. So it doesn't matter where
He's not wrong.
You fly up, you fly down, you go left, you go right. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. You know what their problem is? They don't have a Time Lord. You see, that'll solve everything. Or maybe just make everything worse. I don't know.
Probably make everything worse right now.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and I'd like to go ahead and say thank you to everyone currently joining us on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. Everyone who joined us in the live chat on all of our respective channels. Thank you very much to Cameron for joining us in the chat for a while there. And we'll be seeing him next week. I also want to thank Ruby Hoove for dropping the membership chat. And Lester San Jose is a new channel member as well. So congratulations to Lester. He joined us for the members night at the movies last night. All right. And I want to say hello once again to everybody in the chat. Ruby Hoove, Nate, JPRPH1, FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim. Connie was with us. Maria with T and Telly, Outlaw Bill. Let me see. Scrolling up. I don't want to miss anybody. And of course, Big Al Presents, who was with us at the beginning of the show. Probably asleep by now. Quite all right. I'm sure he'll catch up. All right. Netter, would you like to take us out with your final words?
Netter had to step away, so I'll just say,
okay.
We love you guys. You guys are Osmo. Thanks so much.
Right. And thank you, Nate, for the $2 super chat, wherever that may have gone. Thank you all for having your streams. Well, thank you for and thank all of you for being here with us.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and close this out from HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Say hello to Annie Blackburn for me if you see her before I do.
Hmm.
Because this is how we win.